Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Good afternoon. On the National News this hour from Baba Bagadi Imo Television. First, the headlines. Fresh election to hold in part of Kogi, November 18, INEC says. Comply with regulatory standard, ex-NAFDAC director urges bread makers. Katsina police battle bandits, rescue 3. Pastor's wife killed, 1 injured by kidnappers in Kwara. On sports, Tanzania holds Falconet in World Cup qualifier. I am Morire Rabila Lawal, the news in detail. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has scheduled elections in some part of Kogi State for Saturday, November 18, 2023. INEC made this announcement on Sunday in a statement signed by spokesperson Mohammed Kudu Aruna. Further to our statement yesterday, we have received an update from our Kogi State office regarding the suspension of election in some parts of locations in states where results sheets were completed before the commencement of voting, Aruna said. The Electoral Commission added that the most critical incident occurred in 9 out of 10 wards in Magongo, local government area LGA of Kogi State. Results from the affected polling units are being accounted for in Form EC40G for the 4 LGAs. However, in the case of Magongo LGA, only the results of Oshobane Ward 2 with 8 polling units and 2,264 voters have been collated. Election in other 9 wards, Eni, Okibo, Okesi, Ileteju, Ayeromi, Ogugu, Obinoyi, Obadgen, and Oturu, involving 59 polling units and 15,136 registered voters remain suspended. It further said the decision to hold fresh elections is subject to the returning officer's determination of the application of the margin of the lead principle. However, this decision is without prejudice to INEC's avowed commitment to follow the audit trail of personnel and materials to ascertain those who may have been complicit in undermining the process and apply appropriate sanctions where necessary. The Commission said it wishes to reiterate its assurance to voters in Kogi State that their votes will continue to count and their wishes respected. A former Director of Food Restriction and Regulatory Affairs at the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, Reverend William F. York, has urged bread makers under the aegis of the Premium Bread Makers Association of Nigeria to be prepared for better business opportunities in 2024 by complying with regulatory standards. F. York stated this on Sunday in Lagos at the 2023 Day Out of Premium Bread Makers Association of Nigeria, bringing together critical stakeholders in the baking industry to map out solutions to the nagging problems of bread making, particularly given the economic downturn afflicting the country's manufacturing sector. Information earlier reported that PBAN was aiming to tackle the challenges confronting the baking industry. Also speaking, the Director of Food Safety and Applied Nutrition of NAFDAC, Mrs. Eva Edwards, reiterated the agency's commitment to ensuring the standard and quality of its regulated products. She noted that the business environment is experiencing some challenges, including fuel subsidy removal, exchange rate, and infrastructure, among others, threatening business sustainability. The Katsina State Police Command has foiled a suspected kidnapping attempt at Gogalo village in the Jibia local government area of the state and rescued 3 victims. This was contained in a statement on Monday by the spokesman for the command ASP Aliyu Abubakar Siddiq. On 11 November, around 10:46 p.m., information was received at the Jibia Divisional Police Station that bandits wielding weapons such as AK-47 rifle shooters periodically attacked the village and kidnapped 3 persons. Upon receiving this report, the divisional police officer, Jibia, mobilized a search and rescue team to the scene. The team continued to comb the surrounding bushes until November 12, around 6 a.m. The team succeeded in tracking down the suspected kidnappers, engaging them in gun duel. All the kidnapped victims were successfully rescued on off. Efforts are on with a view to arresting the fleeing suspects as the investigation proceeds. The wife of a pastor of Evangelical Church Winning All in Agbeku in the Ifelodun local government area of Kwara State identified as Mrs. Olawale, was feared killed on Saturday night by kidnappers who invaded the community. Another person is reportedly battling for his life in a hospital. The abductors allegedly invaded the church auditorium and residence of the victims, including the late pastor's wife who operated a provision store in the area. A community leader, Zaki Zubair, told correspondents on Sunday that the kidnappers allegedly killed Mrs. Olawale while another victim, also shot, was battling for life in the hospital in the area. The abductors also went away with the aid of the late pastor's wife and another male victim. Information also gathered that the Commissioner of Police, Victor Olaya, were not answered on Sunday. Although the command had yet to appoint a spokesperson following the retirement of SP Ajayi Okesomi, a senior officer who confided in correspondents to confirm the incident. The officer added that we are trying to get details about the incident for now, please, as according to the story. An accident involving a commercial boat with number plate MUS 753 YD claimed 3 lives on Sunday after the vehicle caught fire along the Lekki Expressway of Lagos State. The Lagos State Emergency Management Agency disclosed these in a statement made available on its Facebook page on Sunday. According to the statement, the bodies of the deceased are being deposited and transferred to a nearest morgue. Consequent upon the arrival of response team at the scene, it was discovered that a commercial boat with registration number MUS 753 YD was engulfed in a fire. Further investigation revealed that the boat went into flames as a result of reckless driving. Unfortunately, 3 persons trapped in the boat were burned to death. The communities were bagged and handed over to SEHMU for immediate transit to the morgue. The boat was recovered off the road and moved to Morocco police station. The Lasema boss Olufemi Oke or Sonyi Tolu, while lamenting reckless driving on Lagos roads, urged drivers to always exercise caution and shun the habit of drinking while driving. The Permanent Secretary Lasema, Dr. Olufemi Oke or Sonyi Tolu, while commiserating with the families of the deceased, called on motorists to drive with caution and desist from speeding. You are watching the national news from Baba Bagidi Imo Television. More to come before we end the news. The Lagos State High Court, sitting in Ikeja, has sentenced a cashier, Tunde Abdurrahman, to 5 years imprisonment for his employer's 64 million naira to marry a new wife, and also for opening the same kind of his employer's business for his new wife. Justice Raliat Adebiyi wounded down the sentence, also ordered the convict to make restitution to returning all the properties he bought while in his employer's establishment and also the money that he stole. The convict was arraigned on August 19, 2023 on 11 counts with bordered on stealing and fraudulent false accounting preferred against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The offences committed contravene sections 390 and 335 bracket D of the Criminal Laws of Lagos State 2003. Abdurrahman's duty as a cashier of the Prime Grocers International Limited, a company selling wholesale and retail consumer goods located at the Okeari area of Lagos State, was to collect payment for invoices raised by sales representatives from customers, document them in his cash register, and then lodge monies collected into the company's designated bank account. The convict instead was accused of deleting the invoices and diverting large sums of money paid by customers and lodgers until the company's managing director discovered the fraud in 2012 after an audit of the computer software was collected following a tip-off that the convict had been deleting invoices. Abdurrahman committed offences between January 2009 and 2012 when he was discovered to be defrauding his employer. During the trial, the prosecution called 6 witnesses, including the complainant Constance Obi, who told the court that she met the convict in 2002 when the company started importing goods for distribution. She told Justice Adebiyi that Abdurrahman was one of the casual laborers who discharged goods from the cashier, but that in 2004 he approached her for assistance and then he was permanently employed at the company. The witness testified that the convict duty in 2004 included picking and packing goods for consumers and customers before he was promoted to a cashier. Obi further testified that she received an anonymous call in November 2012 telling her to check the cashier in her store, Tunde Abdurrahman, and he is a criminal because of some properties that he recently acquired, vehicles and a new wife. And to end the national news this hour is a sports story. Nigeria and Tanzania under-20 girls battled to a 1-1 draw in the 4th leg of the 2024 under-20 Women's World Cup African Qualifier Series second round fixtures in Dar es Salaam on Sunday. It was a cagey affair in the first 45 minutes as both sides tried to avoid conceding as they bid to book a spot for next year's Mondial in Colombia. There was little action in the first half of the encounter at Dar es Salaam, but the game came to life in the second half. After a scoreless first period, substitute Chioma Olise put Nigeria in front after 3 minutes before the hour mark at the Azam Sport Complex in Tanzania's commercial and industrial capital, Dar es Salaam. The home girl responded 13 minutes later when Nat Ubamba fired home from a free kick, to which Nigeria's goalkeeper Adeline Umbechi had no answer. Both teams fought hard to establish superiority at the tail end of the encounter at the artificial turf, but the scoreline remained the same. The Falcons will return to Nigeria on Tuesday with high expectations to overpower the Tanzanians when both teams clash in the second leg on Sunday. Christopher Danjuma's will hope to emulate Super Falcons' performance in the 2024 Paris Olympic qualifiers after scaling through to the last round of the qualification series despite playing a 1-1 draw away from home against Ethiopia. With our sports story, we've come to the end of today's national news. Before we go, some headlines. Fresh election to hold in part of Kogi November 18, says INEC. Comply with regulatory standard, ex-NAFDAC director orders bread makers. Katsina police battle bandit, rescue 3. Pastor's wife killed, 1 injured by kidnappers in Kwara. On sports, Tanzania Old Falconet in World Cup qualifier. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Baba Bagede Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts on Facebook. Bagede Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For advert placement of goods and services, coverage of event and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Moviri Repeat Alawa. May Nigeria be greater than yesterday. Amen.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.